The app available from the App and Play Store.
Armaan, Malik, welcome to Sunrise Radio. Welcome back to Sunrise Radio.
Hello, hi everyone. I'm so excited to be here.
How are you?
I'm good, and जैसे नाम है Sunrise Radio, I woke up really early in the morning today.
You know, we used to have this jingle, Sunrise Radio. Well, you could probably sing it better than me.
Sunrise Radio.
That's a new jingle now.
I hope you're using that from now on.
Yes, we will use that. Absolutely, Armaan. It is just amazing to have you back in the studio. When you come in the studio, it feels like you're home, you know?
Yeah, this is home ground for me. Honestly, I remember, when I was 20, I had done my first interview.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I was playing in London at the SSC Arena, Wembley, which now obviously is called something else.
Over Arena,
yeah. So I just feel like it's so comfortable, so warm speaking to you. Being here at Sunrise Radio is just, it's beautiful.
It is amazing. Now, Armaan, tell us firstly what is happening in London. What brings you here?
I do a lot of annual trips to London because I'm writing a lot of songs now in English. And I've always had a thing for pop music, and you've seen that in my trajectory in the last few years. So yeah, I've been here a couple of times writing new music for all my forthcoming releases, and just having a good time in London because it's one of my favorite cities in the world.
That is so nice to hear that. Now, let's talk about how the start of 2024 has been for you. I mean, you have had some very, very special moments.
Insane.
So tell us about it all.
Well, it started with Lollapalooza, which made its debut. I think it's the second edition of it, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
I'm probably getting my facts
I think it's the second time it's happened.
The second time, right?
In India?
I think so.
Yes, I think it is, yeah.
Okay, cool.
But I feel like this time was a lot bigger.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. They had a lot of cool artists, and I popped in as a guest artist with Love, and also with Eric Nam, who I have a song with called Echo.
Yes.
And those are really massive moments. And just after that, Ed Sheeran came to town. And as you all know, I already have a collaboration with him called Two Step. And we never really got an opportunity to perform it live. And he just he told me, Armaan, do you want to come onto the gig and just like do Two Step with me? I was like, is that even... Why are you even asking me? And obviously, I mean, I hung out with him. You must have seen some of the pictures and videos.
Of course.
He's
crazy
such
viral.
a warm artist and human in general. So, I mean, that happened. And then I had a song that I had done with Marshmello.
Yeah.
And we kind of like... He was having a concert right after Ed Sheeran came to town, and he again told me, do you want to just like surprise fans and like play an unreleased track? And I've never done that. I've never really, played an unreleased track at a concert, and I did that for fun. And I mean, people went crazy, and they're still asking me when is that track dropping. Yeah. So yeah, really cool things have happened so far. I also made my debut in the. I'm stealing your job.
Go for it. Listen, we're here to listen to you.
I had an Apple radio show that happened this year, and it's the only artist-led radio show from India.
Tell us about that. Tell us about how that happened, because that is huge.
Honestly, that's been in the works since a year now. And it's crazy because I never really could carve out time from my schedule and my shows and everything. And then finally we got down to doing it in early this year, and I had some really cool guests on that as well. I kickstarted the show with Salim Merchant, who's been I've started my journey with him, so it had to be him as the first episode. And then there was Callum Scott, who I had a song with just a few weeks back, and Amal was there. Obviously, Amal had to be on it,
and Amal still has not come to London, by the way. Amal, if you listen to this, we are still waiting for you.
It is crazy, and I told him, can you please come on this trip? and he was like, yeah, I'm coming. He still canned on me. So I mean, I don't know what's
Seriously,
up with
Amal,
him.
this is just like, we're really going in on you, okay? So we're still waiting for you. We're still calling you. Your seat is still reserved here at Sunrise, so please come.
Maybe end of this year, next year. I have to. I think I'll have to just book the ticket and just be like,
please
okay,
do that.
you're coming. And then I released an episode recently with Love, who I had a great chat with, and we were talking about the Lollapalooza moment as well.
Yeah.
And I think we are now at the end of the show, but it's so exciting to do this with Apple, and it's a very different thing for me because I've never hosted a radio show. So
How was it sitting on the other side this time round?
honestly, it was just having a conversation with
Yeah.
with a friend, or like it was honestly the first time I was doing it. I was a little nervous just before I kick-started it, but then once the first episode was done, I was like, हाँ ये तो ठीक है, मतलब ये मैं कर सकता हूँ. Yeah, so I mean, it's crazy for me in these first few months of 2024. Such exciting things have happened. I think people are really looking at me in a very different light, I would say.
Yeah.
I've successfully able to kind of like shifted my trajectory as just a playback singer to now
Absolutely.
being an artist in my own right, and like putting out my own independent music and
Yeah.
carving that space for myself in the musical world, is not just as a playback singer but as an artist.
Has that been challenging for you though?
Very,
Because
very
it's
challenging.
Like when you do playback singing, that's great. But of course, as an artist, there's so much more that you want to do, and you just want to reach like higher and higher heights, right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you've never seen me in those kind of music videos or just singing these kind of songs. I wouldn't ever be able to do that if I was just restricted to playback singing. So I think it's given me wings to fly in a way. And I feel like I've really come into my own as an artist. While the playback singing stuff still happens, and I sing for all the various languages that we have in India, almost 12 or 13. I don't know, I've lost count of how many languages I've sung in.
Crazy.
But it's fun to do the independent side of things because I feel like I get to do things that I would have never done normally, and this is always something that I've always, pun intended, I've always wanted to do stuff like this at the beginning of my career. It just so happens that the route to get to that was through film music and Bollywood, because obviously that's the mainstay in India.
Of course.
Uske bina matlab career banana is like a mammoth task.
Yeah.
But having said that, people have done had successful careers without Bollywood numbers or Bollywood songs, which is incredible. But I took that route, and for me now to kind of like I'm in a zone where a lot of my OG Bollywood fans are now like coming to understand who I am truly as an artist.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like migrating them to my new thing.
Like
and it's
that,
happened.
But that includes me, by the way, as well. That includes me, just saying.
Oh, thank you. And I feel like in the last few years that transition has happened very smoothly, and I'm seeing that effect in my concerts, because initially it was more about like, oh, we love this these songs of Armaan. Now people who are coming we love Armaan. So there's a difference,
of course,
because they're invested in me, in my journey, and at these concerts everyone's requesting for these independent songs now. Obviously the Bol Do Na Zaras and the Jab Tak and MS Dhoni stuff and
that
everything,
will always be there.
That'll always be there, and that'll always be requested. But when I see someone say, can you play You, or they're like, can you play the new album Only Just Begun, which you put out? For me, those are things, or like even Control, my debut English song, or Always. It's beautiful to see that change happen, where audiences are receptive to the change,
of course,
and are looking forward to my new independent stuff.
I think that change is also there, and the reason why your fans have been so they've taken it with you is because you have built that foundation with them, I feel, over so many years. So I think it goes without saying that the kind of music that you do put out, it's actually nice that you're changing it as well, because it's different, like variety. It's good to have that.
I mean, honestly, it's always great to go back to, like this year, I'm going to be putting out a lot more Hindi songs than I have done before in the last few years, because it always feels good to go back to your roots and do stuff that you once did. But I feel like this was my soul's calling. Like I really wanted to do independent music, put out songs that people didn't expect of me, do things that people don't expect of Indian artists in general.
Yes.
I want to break that barrier.
But I think India is really
having its moment.
Really having its moment everywhere, whether it's fashion, music, just as a country as a whole. It's just growing so fast with everything. Like
it's astronomical right now.
It really
is. It's beautiful. It's the place to be, and I see a lot of that happening in the global music space as well, where everyone's like, yo, what's happening in India? What's happening? What's popping?
Because you're getting all these mainstream artists that are actually flying into India and
there
doing
is a
shows
reason
there.
why would they do that if they didn't see the opportunity there? And obviously we have the numbers.
Yeah. Of course, the population talks, Of course it does. But Armaan, you mentioned concerts and stuff. I want to speak to you about touring.
Yes.
How
can been a long
how can
time.
we watch you live in concert here and when? Like,
honestly, it's been in the works for the longest time, and I have been, not taking up concerts outside of India as of now, because I've been planning my shows in a certain way.
Right.
Because the thing is, I was just a Bollywood singer when I came here last. Now I'm also an independent singer. So for me, my show has evolved in the last few years, and I've just been able to house it under this one new show that I'm presenting now. And I'm glad that I can tell all the people who live here in London that I will be touring the UK next year.
Finally! Oh my God!
And the show is in works, and I'm so excited because I'll be playing everything that you love me for and more, and obviously all the new stuff. It's the thing is, I've never been able to present myself the way I've wanted to, and I feel like this new show that I'll bring is going to be the new Armaan Malik, with obviously all the Armaan Maliks you've known over the years. But I'm super excited that I'm finally coming back and playing a concert, because I've missed it.
We have missed it.
And I know so many fans from here will be like, 2016 and now it's been 2024.
Seriously,
where the hell are you?
Like, it's coming up to like 10 years.
Yeah, but we lost 3 years in between as well.
We did.
That is something that we'll never get back. But I am coming, and I'm coming next year. It's
so pleased to hear that, and I'm sure our listeners are going to be pleased to hear that as well. So just before I let you go, because I know you have a jam-packed schedule here in London, tell us anything new that you can talk about in terms of, because I know you said you're dropping a lot of Hindi music this time around. So is there anything that you can talk to us about?
I wish I could reveal stuff, but I'm singing a couple of songs for a few really big Bollywood projects. I have some amazing independent singles coming out this year. In addition to that, I've dropped a song with Callum Scott, Always, which is one of my favorite songs that I've put out this year. And there's another Marshmallow song that we've in the works. So
do we know when that's releasing?
I have no clue. We just played it to the Mumbai audiences, and then after that they've all been questioning me, when is it coming out, and I have no date yet, but we're really pumped to kind of put that out, and this year is just going to be phenomenal for me. The surprises that are in store is just crazy. And I also have new merch coming out, by the way.
Yes.
The summer merch is on its way. So yeah, I'm excited, because as an artist, I want to make sure that it's not just the music; it's everything around me that is is beautiful and rewarding for fans.
Yeah.
And I also get married this year as well.
That just came to my mind. I was like, I haven't said congratulations to you. I can't believe it. Oh my God, I'm so silly. Congratulations to you and Aashna. You guys got engaged in London.
Yes,
you did.
I proposed to her in London.
Those pictures were so dreamy.
It was in Surrey, just by the way.
Oh, that is so lovely. So tell me, like, how is she? We know she's like, she's one of India's biggest influencers out there, and I love her clothes, by the way. Love her style, love her work. So how is it?
It's beautiful, honestly. And for me, it's so fulfilling as a human being, having my work flourish and my personal life do so well, touch wood. It's beautiful to balance it out as well.
Yeah.
And it's a new phase for me. And I'm basking in all the love, all around me, and with Aashna, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, this year is going to be phenomenal on the personal front. front as well. So.
I honestly, genuinely feel like I've seen you grow up. Like,
oh yeah, literally.
Literally.
You saw me as this
As a
19,
baby,
20-year-old kid coming into London, not knowing what's happening around him.
Honestly.
And now he's
2024, like you're here, engaged, like, you know, doing all this like independent artist. Whenever I play this very particular song on the radio, I always say that this is how I discovered you, was when Naina from Khoobsurat came out. So
oh, man.
I think it's only fair that you give us a few lines from that song or
Let's
sing anything that you like.
No,
whatever,
100%.
Whatever.
Naina is such a beautiful song. I'll go for it. नैना नू पता है नैना दी खता है सानू किस गल दी फिर मिलदी सजा है नींद उड़ जावे चैन छड़ जावे इश्क दी फकीरी जद लग जावे नींद उड़ जावे चैन छड़ जावे इश्क दी फकीरी जद लग जावे ए मन करदा ठगी ठोरियां ए मन करदा सीना जोरियां एने सिख लियां दिल दियां चोरियां ए मन दिया ने कमजोरियां ए मन करदा ठगी ठोरियां ए मन करदा सीना जोरियां एने सिख लियां दिल दियां चोरियां ए मन दिया ने कमजोरियां.
Gorgeous. Absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. And also, we cannot let you go without singing any one of your newer songs, your English songs. I think it's important for our listeners to also understand, you know, the variety of music that you are doing.
Always. I think I'll sing the new track Always with Callum Scott. I'm just going to reference the scale once.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't need to fall asleep. It feels like I'm already dreaming. Pinch myself 'cause I still can't quite believe it. I've fallen in and out of love. I got so close to giving up, and you walked in and you gave me all I needed. Broken hearts ain't hard to find. Thank God that you found mine. I tell you things nobody knows. You know that I die to keep you close. You're the closest thing to heaven. Oh, when you're lost, a little low, you know that you'll never be alone. If it all falls down to pieces, I'll be there always, always. If it all falls down to pieces, I'll be there.
The app available from the App and Play Store.